Kelly, I'm so sorry. I've just gotten so used to sleeping with Peter like this. You won't mind, right?
Peter was wide awake now, yet, instead of pushing her away, he yanked the duvet up to wrap her tightly.
What are you doing? You scared her!
I remained silent, calmly pulling the notebook from beneath my pillow. I checked, pretend to be scared, and crawl into Peter's bed. I've always had a built-in radar for pick-me girls who hide behind the one of the guys act. You could say I'm a walking detector for them. So, when my fiancé, Peter, brought home his childhood best friend, Abby, my internal alarms went off.
She's just a bro. I don't even see her as a woman.
I didn't argue. I just pulled out a small notebook and began listing predictions. When he peeked, I said, I'm pre-writing how your girl best friend is about to throw herself at you. Possibility 1, say she's hot and strip in front of you. Possibility 2, accidentally spill water on your crotch and reach out to wipe it. Possibility 3,
You're being ridiculous. Abby doesn't have
he
a
swore
manipulative
she didn't
bone
have a
in her
manipulative bone in her body, looking at me like I was the crazy one. However, later, a shrill scream shattered the silence.
Oh my God, take them off, quick! We're childhood friends. Don't be shy. Let me blow on it for you.
Spilled drink on crotch. I slid the list toward Peter. Remembering my prediction, he awkwardly clamped his legs together.
Okay, but Abby is innocent.
Kelly, don't be mad. I've played with his little things since we were kids. Real friends don't care about boundaries.
I ignored her and jotted down a new prediction. Peter, now visibly livid at my silence.
That's enough. Abby has a waist problem. She can't sleep on a hard bed. The guest bedroom mattress is too hard. She's taking the master bedroom tonight. We'll sleep in the guest room.
I picked up the notebook and, under his pale, trembling gaze, slowly checked off. Taking the master bedroom.
When did you write that?
His voice shook.
The second she walked through the door.
I replied, snapping the book shut. Abby immediately
Let's
grabbed
just leave.
Peter's sleeve, eyes welling up with fake tears as she performed a slow-motion exit.
Stop being
Predictably,
so heartless.
Peter blocked her path, screaming at me for being heartless. I looked at the man I was supposed to marry, the man currently kicking his fiancée out of her own bed for another woman. I didn't fight. I simply nodded and walked into the rock-hard guest room. Through the walls, I heard Abby's victorious giggle. She was already jokingly asking Peter to scrub her back in the shower. I sat on the edge of the bed, opened my phone, and activated the hidden security cameras I'd originally installed for burglars. I opened my notebook one last time and wrote down my final prediction for the night. Sure enough, at 2 a.m, a violent thud echoed as the guest bedroom door was kicked open. I snapped my eyes open to see Abby rushing in. Her face was streaked with tears as she brushed past me, throwing herself into Peter's arms like a frightened animal. Still half asleep, Peter instinctively tightened his grip around her.
Don't worry. I've got you.
Wordlessly, I slapped the switch on the bedside lamp. Under the harsh white light, Abby was strapped. Abby let out a small shriek and buried her head in the crook of Peter's neck.
Kelly, I'm so sorry. I've just gotten so used to sleeping with Peter like this. You won't mind, right?
Peter was wide awake now, yet, instead of pushing her away, he yanked the duvet up to wrap her tightly.
What are you doing? You scared her!
I remained silent, calmly pulling the notebook from beneath my pillow. I checked, pretend to be scared, and crawl into Peter's bed. Dawn
Morning.
broke,
Good
and
morning.
ambiguous laughter
look-
drifted
Shut up.
from the kitchen. Abby was still wearing Peter's oversized shirt, pressing herself
Okay.
tightly against his back, covering his hands to teach him how to fry eggs. Every move was deliberate and intimate. They smiled at each other like a newly wedded couple. I stood at the kitchen door like an unwelcome stranger. Peter adjusted his pajamas.
Go wash up. Don't just stand there.
In the bathroom, my toothbrush thrown into the trash can. In the cup, a brand new pink toothbrush leaned closely against Peter's.
Explain this. Oh, sorry, Kelly. I was half asleep this morning. I thought it was my old toothbrush and tossed it without thinking. That pink one is new. I bought it to match Peter's.
Abby stuck out her tongue innocently.
It's just a toothbrush. I'll send you money. Don't make trouble early in the morning.
I took a deep breath, opened my notebook, and calmly checked off throws away my things. Peter exploded instantly.
Kelly, are you done?
I held the notebook up to him. The next prediction clearly read, feeds him with her own hands. He sneered.
No way. I have hands and feet. Why would I let her feed me?
Peter, open your mouth.
Peter opened his mouth instinctively. After 2 chews, his face froze in extreme embarrassment. I calmly checked it off and whispered,
Good boy. Kelly, why are you always targeting me? We've been like this since we were kids. Why is it a sin with you?
Peter was terrified. He snatched the knife away.
Kelly, do you have to drive her to death?
My heart completely cold.
Fine. I'm leaving.
As I dragged out my suitcase, Abby was sitting on Peter's lap.
Peter, this is for you. A wedding gift. Read the last prediction and see if it comes true.
Peter picked it up disdainfully, glanced at it, tossed it into the trash can, and never looked at me again. I sat in the cafe downstairs, watching the surveillance footage on my phone. I knew my predictions about girls like her would never be wrong. After I left, the footage became spectacular. Abby dug out my custom hand-embroidered wedding dress.
What are you doing?
It was too small for her, but she forced herself into it. The expensive fabric tore sharply as she pulled roughly.
If it's torn, it's torn. I'll buy you a new one later.
Then she made Peter open my safe, took out the 5-carat diamond ring he had bought with all his savings, and put it on Abby's finger himself. I saved all the footage and waited quietly for the right moment. On the 80th birthday of Peter's grandfather, I wore old clothes, looking haggard, and arrived on time with a basket of free-range eggs. When I pushed open the banquet hall door, the whole room fell silent.
Kelly, you're finally heir. Why are you dressed like this? To embarrass Peter?
I ignored her and walked straight to Grandpa Ben. Grandpa Ben grabbed my hand with concern.
How did you get so thin? Didn't Peter take good care of you?
My eyes turned red. I pointed at Abby.
My dress, my wedding ring? Why are they all on you?
The whole hall erupted in shock.
What nonsense are you talking about? You said you didn't want that dress, and you lent the ring to her. Don't act crazy!
Abby let out a small shriek and buried her head in the crook of Peter's neck.
Kelly, I'm so sorry. I've just gotten so used to sleeping with Peter like this. You won't mind, right?
Peter was wide awake now, yet, instead of pushing her away, he yanked the duvet up to wrap her tightly.
What are you doing? You scared her!
I remained silent, calmly pulling the notebook from beneath my pillow. I checked, pretend to be scared, and crawl into Peter's bed.